One of the things I want to talk about today are what we're calling what's new and hidden features. So, during one of the things I do at the company is I help oversee support and implementation. And I think most of you were here yesterday and know who I am, but just in case, I will reintroduce myself. So I'm Scott Walter. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for VCS. It's just a fantastic opportunity and place to be. We really love innovating, as Guy mentioned, and he brought up a lot of really great points. Sometimes even steals my thunder a little, but that's okay. It is his company, so he's allowed to do that. Anyway, one of the things I do like to do, however, is I like to help our customers understand, the software they have, make sure that they're using it in the way that it was designed, and make sure they know where some of the key components are that make the software do what it needs to do. Because even just yesterday, I was talking to one client, and a gentleman had taken over for the scheduling. It's a legacy customer who is moving off of legacy, thank goodness. And he said, "Oh, I've been managing the software for about a year now, never called support." I'm like, we can help you. And then when we do help you, sometimes we see things that people, they just don't know. They don't know where a setting is, and it's hard for us, right? We try and put them where we think makes sense, but sometimes they do get tucked away. So today, one of the things I'm going to do, actually, and I have some prizes, actually, so I'm going to see if I can get you all to jump in and join me a little here. I'm going to ask you some questions. Raise your hand. I'm going to do my best at figuring out who answered it first correctly, and then if you do, we have some gifts here to give out. So some good things from Starbucks and Amazon, and even a couple things for the sweet tooth. So work with me there. The other thing I want to show you are some new features. As Guy had mentioned, we're always innovating, and I'm guessing that many people don't even know what some of our new features are. So I'm actually going to go over them. Here's one of them, brand new feature, on call. Who here has to manage some sort of on-call solution, right? Absolutely. It's not uncommon to have to deal with on-call. With that, we always had the ability to have on-call, but it necessarily wasn't as smooth as it could be. It kind of made you go into a few screens. Well, what we've done is we've actually designed a new on-call or a build on-call screen. And we took a little bit of the best of our build schedule components, and we tied that into the ability to preview and generate an entire on-call schedule. So just a quick snapshot of what the screen looks like. What you see there, you have your employee selector on the left, and then you'll notice there's a shift box. This is a key, very important item, and I will just throw this out there. It's only going to show you on-call shifts. So when you set up your shifts, there's a little checkbox that says, on-call shift. You have to make sure you select that, or they're not going to show up there. The other thing we've done here, which is we actually mentioned it once yesterday, but I'll mention it again today, is we allow you to use default jobs and times, schedule times for employees now right in their profile. That being said, we are also making sure that we pull that stuff in certain screens that make your scheduling experience that much smoother, if you will. So on here we have a job, and we have a start and end time. That's of the shift. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that we have a calendar, simple calendar view. So this build screen works in two ways. Number one, it allows you to drag and drop. So you can click on an employee once you fill out their information, drag and drop them right onto the calendar. A real nice and easy way to do it if you're doing just, say, individual days, or if there's not a pattern to it. Down at the bottom of this screen, you'll see where we have the apply to days. If it's something that is very repetitive, you can actually say, this person is on call for the month of November, and they're on call Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you just select the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hit the button, and it throws them over to the schedule for you, over to the calendar preview. The calendar preview can go the entire year. When you're all done and said, when it's all done, all you have to do is hit there's a button at the bottom that says save or apply to schedule, and it builds your own call shift and schedules just like that. Works really, really nice, I think, for large and small agencies alike. So one of the newest features that came out probably in the last 30 days approximately. That's in the system. Question time. All right. What is the web address to get to the latest mobile web page on a mobile device? Can anyone share with me what you think? Well, whoever said that gets a prize. Kathy, you want to grab one of the boxes there? Nice. That's correct. So one thing some folks aren't necessarily aware of, as you know, we had the apps, right? We have mobile apps, but now we also have a mobile web. Currently, the mobile web and the mobile app, they kind of mimic or mirror each other. We do want you to start using the mobile web. And as long as you have, even if you're self-hosted, but as long as you have one of the latest web portal experiences, if you're on a mobile device and you go to the website, it will automatically present you with the mobile platform. So you don't have to worry about going to a different site. Years ago, we used to have to put like an M in front of CNN if we wanted the mobile experience. We handle that obviously all in code. So it is. It's just the same as your normal web page that you would use from your desktop computer, and it'll translate it, if you will. There's always a little button there that you can give yourself the full experience on your mobile device. Obviously, you got to be pretty good with the pinching and sliding around, but it does work pretty well. All right, see us with one of the support things. We'll take a look. I use it all the time. Actually, we actually do use our own software in-house. So I use it all the time, to manage things I have to within VCS there. Okay, another one. Award open shift screen. Some things that we've added to the award open shift screen that people had been asking for. Number one is a print button. And our friends over here to the left, they were killing me. They were killing me. We need to be able to print the open shifts that we have out there. And it was actually a good idea. We already had the grid. And actually in older versions of the software, we had some component of that. So we have recently added that to the award open shift screen. The grid that appears, you can filter it, you can sort it, you can get it all ready, whatever you need. You hit the print button, and it actually gives you a pretty nice PDF that has just what you kind of set up on the screen. So if you need, and I really don't like this, but it happens all the time, if you need to print out that darn piece of paper and post it on a board someplace that says, this is what's available, for the next month, this month, tomorrow, you have the ability to do that, to use that piece of paper. The other item is, and this is something that had been coming to us a lot, on award and OpenShift. You could do it before. It was a very manual process. And one component that it didn't touch was the actual OpenShift. So previously, if you had an OpenShift that you had awarded, it automatically creates the overtime. You could go in and you could delete the overtime so the officer or individual is no longer on the schedule and not going to get paid. But the OpenShift was still closed, and you could no longer deal with it. You would actually have to create a new OpenShift. What we've done is we've created a new on award button, and the on award removes the overtime from the schedule. It takes the open shift, resets it without that person. So if it was closed, it'll reopen the open shift for you, and people can sign up and work with it as they need to. A really great component. And then this last piece that we added in here is delete a sign up. The funny thing is I kind of mentioned to you as I walked around to a few folks and showed you, the mobile experience, we always gave the user the ability to change their mind. On the web recently in the mobile app, you could go in and click on it and it says you're signed, or you're signed up, and then you could click on it again and remove your sign up. But at the supervisor level, we never gave you that ability. So we've made an adaptation to the software to say, okay, if you're a supervisor and you're in the award OpenShift screen, what if someone calls and says, I can't take that job. I signed up for it. I'm sorry. I have a family emergency. Can you remove me from the sign up? I no longer want to be considered. I don't want it to affect my sort order, et cetera, et cetera. The supervisor has the ability now to go in, click on the sign up, and just say delete sign up. Once again, at a supervisor level. All right, so that's a new feature we've added, and I think they're getting a pretty good review. Hey, bonus question, all right. Now this one, if you don't know this answer, you might hurt my feelings, I'm just gonna say. All right, so what does the KBA Today stand for? What is it, and how does a customer get it? Who can tell me what the KBA is? What does KBA stand for? Okay, what is it? I'm going to give you, that's pretty close. And how do you get it? How does it come? Uh-oh, we're fading off track here. Anyone want to add to that? Who said email? That's right. So I think we can give out 2 prizes on this one. So what we have is the KBA Today is a knowledge-based article email. And you know, I really stress to people to look for these in their email box. It is important that you read them. The KBA Today does come out in email. If you need to get on the email list, there is a link that you can go to, and it's just info.vcssoftware.com/KBA-signup, or you can always just call our office, and Jen or whoever answers the phone will be happy to get you on the list. But most importantly, what I want to mention about the KBA Today is that maintenance reminders, new features, tips and tricks. If we get a lot of support calls coming in about one particular item, you will see that item appear in one of these emails. They come out once a week, once every 2 weeks sometimes. It kind of depends on how much activity we have and what's going on. Announcements of the new software, training links, et cetera, will all be in there. Hey, Kathy, could we get a Starbucks card for the young lady over here and another gift box for here? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're right next to my Starbucks cup, actually. On the other side of the, they're in the little green envelopes. Yep. We got one there and one right here in front. Thank you. All right, so some $10 Starbucks cards. And I will tell you, I noticed that in Atlantic City, they put a premium on your Starbucks beverage. But right up front here. Yep. Okay. This is another new feature that we've added to the system. And this is really a concept change. This is something that we had in mind for a long time, and then we had a client that came along and kind of pushed this process through. And it's really a unique feature. And it's award open shifts by employee. I'm not going to go into all the nuts and bolts, but essentially, rather than having people sign up for a job and then you award based on the job, people sign up for the jobs and then you award based on the people. So I might have put in for 10 different open shifts. When it gets to my name on the list, it says, okay, which job did Scott Walter want first? Is that still available, and does he qualify for it? You know, am I not working? Do I have the skill set? Et cetera, et cetera. So if you think about it, it's really a really fair solution to get all of your jobs filled, because now you're not just trying to do one job at a time. You have employees going out there and saying, look, I know I want to work. I'm going to put in for all these. Whatever one I can get when my name gets to the list, give it to me. I'll take the job. Because obviously, and this is one of the things I always say, as a manager or whatever, my only goal is to make sure that the jobs get filled, right? That's what I want to happen. I want, if you can take half the job and someone else can take the other half of the job.